What up, guys and gals? It's me, your old buddy Mr. Moose, back in the garage with a little more Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. Alright, so it's been a little bit since we did our last video. We're now on version 1.2.6. There have been a few updates to the game, and one of which is going to be this nifty new banner that you can customize in your garage. Now, the first time you load up your game, the banner is going to be a Car Mechanic Simulator banner, and it's going to have some text on it that tells you where that banner file is located in your game. Now, if you want to get to that folder, it's pretty simple. You go to Steam and right-click on the name of the game, Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. Go down to Properties, click it. That'll bring up a window. Go over to the tab for Local Files, and then click on the button for Browse Local Files. That will bring up a Explorer window for you, and you'll bring in the root for the game. Once you're in the root for the game, you want to look for the folder Streaming Assets. Go into that, look for the folder for Textures. Inside of that, you'll find one for Garage Banner, and inside that folder, you will find a text document. That is going to give you the dimensions for the banner, and then you can just go into your own whatever graphics program that you do, and you can set it up and you can do your own custom banner. And then once you're done, you save it as a PNG file, place it into that garage banner folder, and then when you load up the game next time, boom, there's your banner for you. So I thought that was pretty cool. I went ahead and mocked one up for the garage here just as a joke. And anyways, that has been changed in the game. Another thing that's been changed in the game, and it wasn't in this last patch, but it was recently, and I must have missed it in the list of patch notes, but the skill point for level 6 recycling actually functions now. If you watch the 29,000 viewer appreciation show, you know I comment on the fact that I didn't feel like I was being able to repair body panels. That is because they finally fixed it. You can no longer repair body panels at level 25. You can only do it now when you get to level 35. You take the recycling point. So I'm glad to see they finally got that sorted out, because I was confused by it. I was like, why am I able to repair body panels at 25 when there's a point for it at level 35? So that has been fixed. So no longer will you be able to repair cars when you get to you'll no longer be able to do body work when you get to level 35. You will be able to. That point's a little confusing to me, because why can't you have the welder at 30 and be able to fix the body, but you can't do anything with the body panels? I guess you can always go buy them in the shop, spend more money in the shop, and then at 35 you can repair them. So but anyways, I am glad that is straight now, because that's one of the things that I was really confused about. Also, the spring puller in our 29,000 stream, this guy didn't work for the double wishbone suspension. That has been fixed, so it works as well. And speaking of the 29,000 subscriber show, we purchased this guy in a barn find. I have a new philosophy on barn finds, and that basically is, since there are a limited number of barns, when I go into one, I'm going to buy every car in there unless it's just one of those foo-foo cars that I don't like, right? And this guy was in the barn. We picked it up for 20,000, I believe, and we're basically dead even on the car, because it currently, in its state that it's in, it's $20,380. So we did pretty good on our barn finds. One of them we came out dead even on. One of them we came out like $2,000-$3,000 ahead on. So that was pretty good. We were trying to find an RX-7 and ended up with an RX-3 for the build, because somebody wanted to see a rotary engine. But during that video, I did promise I would go ahead and build this guy out. So that's what we're going to work on today. Also, since we're at it, let me go ahead and say thank you to all the new subscribers and everyone. We just passed the 30,000 mark for the channel, which is enormous and unbelievable. So thank you guys for all the support. I do appreciate it. I'm so glad to have you with us. This week, towards the end of the week, we will probably do a 30,000 subscriber appreciation show. We'll be giving away some copies of Car Mechanic Simulator, Farm Sim. I'm doing the Platinum Edition on Farm Sim. I'm going to be giving away some ATS, some ETS all week, just as a way of saying thank you to you guys for your support. So I look forward to all of that. I will announce it when that is coming. I'll do that on Twitch. All right. So anyways, let's get into the game, and we'll talk about some of the other changes that have come about. So the first thing I want to do is go ahead and pull the engine out of here. Now I'm going to build this a little bit differently. I got to thinking about rebuilding cars and how I typically do them. And one of the things that I usually don't do is I usually don't build the engine immediately. I might take it out, tear it down. But usually one of the things I do first is I work on the body or work on the suspension, because if it won't drive, there's no need in worrying about the engine, transmission, body, and all that other stuff. If you got no foundation for the car to sit on, you're kind of in a bad shape. So after I thought about that, because I went back and I was thinking about, all the different builds I've done in my life. And it seems like all of them, I pull the engine, I pull all that stuff out, and then I strip it down and I start from the ground up, and I work on the foundation first. That means, taking all the rust off of the frame, getting the frame cleaned up, painted so it's in good shape, making sure that, you've got a good frame that, isn't rusted out and gonna bend on your, or even worse, break, and then, getting all of your grommets and bushings and everything replaced and all that. So I thought, you know what, let's go that route this time. So we're going to sort of reverse the build. Instead of starting immediately on the engine, I'm just going to go ahead, pull the engine out, and we'll put it in storage, and then we will go ahead and work on that at a later date. So I'm just going to go over here to the warehouse, take it, put it in storage. I'm not even going to touch it right now. And let's hope I don't sell it off by accident when I go to get it out of storage, because I did do that the other night with our RX-7 build. I did that right there and actually hit it. So because it's a weird mechanic. It's a right mouse click to put it in there, and a left mouse click to sell it. So anyways, I got a little sidetrack there. All right, so I'm not going to worry about the rest of this stuff. We'll go ahead and close that down. The other thing I did, if you saw in my inventory, I do have some body panels for the Tempest. I went to the garage, I went to the junkyard, and I did find a couple of pieces that would work for the Tempest, but because I knew I was missing a couple. So we do have a fender. I got an extra hood and a piece of glass, which I don't know, the glass probably not going to go in there, but I do have this fender, so we can go ahead and smack it on the car, and then if something happens that we break the hood, we can repair that later. But yeah, I do have that, so worth mentioning. All right, let's go ahead and start working on all of this. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and try to repair that transmission and drive shaft. And if they repair up, then we can put those in storage. They've added some new stuff into the repair bench. If you notice now, it gives you a repair chance and your repair cost, and gives you some text now to tell you where you're at with it. So that was nice. And it says I managed to repair the part. The part condition was repaired to 100%. So that is done. That's the first time I've been able to repair a clutch plate, it seems like, in a long time. So let's see where we're at. Clutch plate repaired up. Good to go. So we'll put the rest of that stuff in storage. I can't recall. I know originally I was doing clutch plates way back, but it seems like maybe there was a glitch in the game, because suddenly I was never given the opportunity to repair a clutch plate. So kind of cool to see that that's working again. So we'll throw that clutch plate in there, and yeah, I'll go throw it in there, but I'm not feeling good about using it, because this is going to be 100% restoration. And anyway, sell off all the junk that's in here. since we're not going to be able to use that. And now we can work on getting the rest of the car cleaned up. So some other things that have been added into the game that have been fixed recently. They worked on all the, they say they've gone through on all the cars and fixed the issue with the lug nuts so that all the lug nuts now spin the proper direction when they come off. So that's good. That's been fixed. Also, there is a new option, and I don't have it enabled because I'm just going to go with the game the way it is. Because I find sometimes I like it, but sometimes I don't, is the part zoom or the nut zoom or whatever you want to call it, the bolt zoom. When I go to take a part off, the way it zooms in like that, at times that is really annoying, but at times it's also useful to have. So I don't know. I sort of want it at points, especially when I try to fly around the car, but at times it is annoying. But they've added an option into the settings where you can disable that now. So if it's really annoying to you, you can disable it, or you can leave it in now. So I thought that was nice that they gave you that option. Where I find it really annoying is when I'm doing heads and I'm taking all the push rods and the rocker arms. That's pretty annoying. But like when I'm doing things like this and I want to zoom real quick across the car and take this piece out, it's nice to have that. And so I don't know, I have mixed emotions. I sort of want to take it and turn it off so that I don't have it, so like I can just sit here zoomed out and take all the pieces out from afar. But at the same time, I know I kind of like having it for things like stripping the car down. It's all up to you though, but it is nice that they gave everybody that option. Reading through the show note, or reading through the patch notes, also it appears that they've given you the ability to customize your workbench, to change out the workbench. They're still the same like size of the workbench, but apparently there's some different designs or something that you can do with them. I haven't really delved into that and looked into it yet. I did, you know, just basically when I was playing the other day, just try to figure out how to do it in passing, but since it wasn't blatantly obvious right off the bat to me, I just kind of was like, it's not that big of a deal to me. I don't care what the workbench looks like. I might change it eventually just to figure it out, but that apparently is an option now that has been fixed. What else? I think that's most of everything that I noticed in the patch notes. I mean, there's a lot of little things for modding and a lot of little tweaks and fixes. They made some adjustments apparently to the RX-7. There's supposed to be a sort function with this repair bench, but I don't see it. So I don't know that they actually did put a sort function in the repair bench. I don't see anywhere on here. I've looked, you know, I keep looking for a magical drop down menu like to right click on or something like that, but I don't see that. So into the inventory we go. We'll sort by condition and we'll just kind of look at what we got here. Actually, let's go by part name is what I've been doing lately, and just to see what we got. Bottom suspension arm, calipers. We need a brake caliper cylinder. We need a couple of vented disc brakes, a couple of brake pads. Both of our knuckles are good. Plates are good for it. That is good. That's good to know. That's a money piece there. We need a sway arm B. Both hubs are good. Of course, we need all the tie rods. We'll need to buy some bushings. The steering rack is bad, so we'll need that. We'll need the end links. One upper suspension arm I need. Wheel hub bearings and wheel hub cap. So that's not a bad little shopping list. That's pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 bushings we need. All right, so into the tablet we go. and to the parts store, where we can start buying suspension pieces. All right, so just going down through the list, we know we're also going to need one of the, or two of these, a couple of these, a couple of those. Let's see, then we'll come down. We needed one of these, two of these, two of these. There's upper suspension arm, right? Not lower. So let's see. Did we bought sway bar B. We bought the end caps. All right. So we need 12 of these. There we go. Steering rack. Two of these guys. Two of these guys. Two of these guys. And one of those. We should be good to build this out. Someone in the live stream the other day, somebody was all upset about the fact that I was coming in and out of the build to work on or to go shopping. They're like, you can just hit T and buy stuff. Yeah, I know, but this is the way I play the game. That's the thing. Everybody plays it differently. You know, you can do it however you want to do. Don't get all bent out of shape because somebody doesn't do the thing the way that you do it. I know there's also a parts list, and you can build a parts list. I sort of like challenging myself to remember things off the top of my head. The more familiar I get with the car, and the more that I memorize the parts list, the easier it is for me to just come in here and just do it off the top of my head. So that's just the way I like to play the game. So how you like to play the game is completely different, I'm sure, and it's up to you guys, you know. But yeah, I've been playing the game for a long time, so it's not like I don't know all these little things. It's just I have a way that I play the game, so pardon me for playing it my way. All right, put that piece on there. And then we'll have to go build our shock absorbers out, because we don't have those yet. That's one of those things that I always forget I have to go do. And I've told you guys that before. It primarily has to do with the fact that, you know, this is not what I do. You know, or I don't really build cars like this. All right, so let's join some parts together. That with that with that, and hit that. All right, get that off of there. We'll do it again. Join that with that with that. Boom, and that works. One other little issue I'm going to show you guys that is in the game right now, because you may run into it, and I think it's a mistake. We're gonna go to the parking garage real quick. I'm gonna show you this. In 1.2.6, when you go to the junkyard, you may run across a new car. I'm not sure if Red Dot meant to leave it in the game, but apparently, you know, you can mod up cars using the modder program of the car builder. Anyways, one guy has been working on a 1932 Ford. It's this car right here, and trying to get it all built out so that you can do a hot rod with it. And I just happened to be walking through the junkyard looking for Tempest parts and found this one, and I went ahead and bought it. It was only like $4 grand to buy it. Surely I could, you know, thinking, well, surely I'll make some more trips to the junkyard, and maybe I'll find another one that I can purchase and make a cool little 32 out of. And if it stays in the game, I will most likely build it out. But I have a feeling maybe that's a mistake. Apparently the modder who was building it asked Red Dot for some help with it, and I guess maybe they accidentally left it in, and now it's going to appear in your junkyard. I don't know if I would buy it. I bought it on a whim thinking, oh man, somebody added this in, or maybe they've started picking, you know, modders cars that they really like and started adding those into the game. But I got an idea the next patch it'll be taken out. So I'm afraid that might cause some problems with my game save. And I fear that that might be an issue. The workaround for that is for me to go download the guy's files and put them in the game and build it, because I absolutely want to build that car. But I just thought I would point that out to you guys, just in case you guys find it as well and think, wow, at least we can go buy this. And I don't even know that the parts are in the store. We'll look in a second and see if the actual parts are in the store for it. That is one thing that they've added into the game also, is the ability for modders to add their parts into the store for their particular vehicles, so that as they make these custom cars that you can add into the game, that you'll be able to have the parts listed in the store. So but like I said, I don't know that they're in there. Like I said, we'll go look for body panels for a 32 Ford and just see if they're there. But at this point, I don't know. But and before you guys start commenting, oh, build that out, I want to see it. I trust me, I plan to. And the reason I haven't added that car into my game yet, you know, as a mod, I'm sort of waiting for the modders to get their cars worked out. You know, like last time I looked at his stuff, it was a work in progress. And, you know, I don't want to jump all over all the mods immediately either. I sort of want to hold off on the mods and play the game vanilla first, before I start doing it. Now, I know there's other YouTubers that are immediately jumping on the custom car bandwagon because they're wanting to be different. You know, they're wanting to do different content, and I totally get that. You know, when you're going for just as many views as you can possibly get, being different is a good thing. But for me, I want to play the game. I want to enjoy the game, and I want to just stick with the game vanilla for a bit, build out all the cars that I find in the game, and then go from there. So 1932, let's do a search. All right, so I don't see anything under that. Let's just say Ford. No body panels. So there you have it. If you do buy the 32 Ford, you're not going to be able to work on it anyways because the parts aren't in the store. So again, just note that is in the game. I do believe they put it in by accident, and I wouldn't be surprised if it was something that gets removed here pretty quick. Which again, if you don't know about the mods, there's a complete section in the forums for people who were modding cars for the game, and you can go into the discussions in Steam, and you can go into that sub forum, and the people who have projects there are posting them, and they're posting the source files for them that you can put into your game. And you just have to read how to do that, and you can get whatever you want to put into the game, and it's up to you. You know, again, play the game how you want to play it, and you know, enjoy the game for yourself how you want to enjoy it. Me, I'm gonna hold off on those until they're all ready to go, you know. But yeah, we'll do some modded cars, like some super trucks and stuff like that. We'll do all those down the road. Alright, so I guess I gotta take the shoes off first before I take the wheel cylinder off, you moron. They also fixed this, which I'm glad they finally fixed it, is the solid wheel axles should have to come out before the plate comes off. They finally fixed that. That was one of those things that for a while I've been sitting here scratching my head over. So that is now adjusted in the game. All right, so let's take off this. And I think that was fixed either this update or the update previous to this. Because when I saw it in the patch notes, I was like, it's about time. So they're trying to get everything right. And, I mean, I give the guys mad props. I was getting concerned that they had just given up on doing updates when we got to version 1.2 and they didn't do anything after that. And I was like, wait a minute. Please tell me you're not done. Please tell me there's still more to be done. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll take that out there. And then we'll get this one over here. So yeah, if you like the game and you don't own it yet and you're thinking about buying it, hang around a little bit this weekend. Probably Friday is when I'll start doing the giveaways. And I will start giving away some copies of the game. We did a couple of copies, like I said, for the 29,000 viewer support thing. But we will probably start, you know, for 30,000, I like to give away a little bit more. Same thing, every time I hit like a huge milestone, like when it's 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, those milestones are bigger, so I like to give away a little bit more. So we'll start doing some giveaways this weekend, and just I'll see what I can put together and start giving it away. And I'll try to give away something for most of the games that we play, you know. So, like, you know, Car Mechanic's a good game for me. Farm Sim's a good game for me. ATS is a good game for me. ETS is a good game. Though any of those games that I play on a regular basis, those will be the ones that I look to give away things on. All right, so let's sort again by the name. And then we'll just go through the list and see what we didn't get repaired. So we need 2 drums, 1 set of shoes, 1 cylinder, fuel tank. Both leaf strings are good. Oh, we got away with murder on that. Oh, rear axle knuckle B. We need 1 of those. A couple of shock absorbers, 4 bushings, 1 axle. Both of the wheel hubs are good. All right. Not too bad of a shopping list. You know, this is the only money part on it. Well, it and the axle would be the most expensive thing that we'd have to buy, but that housing's pretty steep as well. All right, so anyways, into the shop we go, and we'll get those purchased. Suspension. All right, so let's go down through here again. Rear B. Buy that. 2 of these. And then we need 4 of these, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 of those. And was there anything else? No, that's that. Go over to brakes. Give me 2 of these. And 1 of those and 1 of those. 2 of these, 1 of them, 1 of those. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. I should have bought the fuel tank while I was there too, but you know. All right, so set our leaf spring in place. Yep. And go ahead and set the rubber bushing in, so it's there and hanging on the car, supporting the housing. And we'll go ahead and put this one in. And put the bushings in, so it's supporting. And then we can put the U-bolts in. And I was saying this the other day, and normally I would do this part on the ground if I could. Like if I knew all this was going in and I knew the crown of the axle and all that other stuff, and you know, you can go ahead and prefab a lot of this and then use a jack to jack it up into the car, and then all you gotta do is put it in. So all right, so that is there. Let's go ahead and put a shock absorber on, and we'll jump over to this side, get that plate put in. And we'll get that in. Now we'll go ahead and put the axle housing and go the rest of the way. Plate. And shoes and a drum. I do wish you had to do the rest of it though. You know, like all the little springs and clips that go into a drum brake. Put all those in there. I'm disappointed too. There's no brake lines at all. There's no fuel lines at all. That's a little bit of a bummer. All right. That's done. Let's go break down our rims and tires. Those separated out. And then we'll buy some rims and wheel, or actually we'll buy some tires. I don't need to, excuse me. I don't need to buy rims until we find out if they're bad. So 215 75 14s is what we put down here again. And what tire was it? Sports tire, isn't it? Vintage tire. 215 75 14. Ain't that? And we'll do one more. And then we'll go to the repair bench, repair up our rims, and then we can go shopping and get them all at one time. All right, looks like all those repaired up. That's good stuff for us. All right, so vintage tire 215 75 14s. Let's jump in here, go to tires, vintage tire 14s, and we're going for a 215, and we're going for a 75 on it, and I need 4 of those. There we go. All right, so let's mount them up. Hey, come on. I don't know. I'm getting fat. I can't get through here. All right, there we go. We'll also be doing some live streams this week on Car Mechanic Simulator. Most of my live streams this week are going to be Farm Simulator and Car Mechanic Simulator, as well as, of course, on Monday nights and Friday nights, I do 7 Days to Die. So those will be the games that I play in the live streams this week, which is over on Twitch. So come join us over there and be a part of the stream. I welcome you. And as always, if you haven't already, follow my Twitter page. That's where I announce the live streams. When a video goes live, it's posted there as well. That way you'll know when I put a new car mechanic video up. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Get one that needs to be balanced. There we go. I guess that one is balanced. Sometimes I don't see them because my steering wheel is always up on my computer. I think I've done one. Yep. I always keep my steering wheel up on my desk so that when I change games, because I play 3-4 games a day. I don't necessarily just play one game every day. I change up. I play a variety of games every day. And so I typically leave my steering wheel up on my desk, and because of the way that my monitor sits, the top of the steering wheel blocks where those little icons are for the menu, and I don't always see which one's got the little emblem that defines whether it needs to be balanced or not. So I just kind of have to look through the steering wheel, and sometimes I'll click on the wrong one. One last one to do, then we'll put all the wheels on it, and we'll get that part of it done. And then that'll probably be our video for today. When we come back, we'll rebuild the engine, and we'll do the body work, and we'll see what we end up with on our Tempest. All right, so let's grab that. There we go. Tires would probably be the last thing I do. Like if I had a decent set of wheels, I mean, if they held air, tires would be the last thing that I did. Because I would take the, you know, I'd remove the engine, transmission, exhaust, all the lines, all that other stuff. I'd take the body off of the car if I needed to do that much of a framework. Take the body off of the car. Like if I was going to have it sandblasted or powder coated or something like that, I'd take the body off the car, off the frame. If not, I would I'd just take all the body panels off of it and, you know, lift it up and work with a wire brush and everything, and get all the frame cleaned off and everything. And then do all the suspension work and everything, get all that done, and I'd still leave it on the old tread until it was, you know, ready to go to once it had power and everything, and then I'd put tires on it very last. But anyways, for this game, just to be in order, we'll do everything in that direction. So what do we got left? The fuel pump is still good, so we might as well hang on to it. We'll sell off all this stuff to clear our inventory out. So we still need to put a fuel tank in. We'll do that the next time we go around. Let's go ahead and buy it, just so I remember that I need to put it in the next time. Go to engine. Since that's the only thing I'm looking for, we'll go fuel. Buy that. All right. All right, guys, I think that's a good place to stop, just by doing that little bit of work. And the engine's taken out of it, so that, you know, takes value out of the car. $26,224 is where we're at with the car value-wise right now. It will come along as we continue to put parts into it, and it should be a good looking car. Let me know what you think we ought to paint it, and in the show notes. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you give me a thumbs up on that video. Leave a comment down below. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. We'll try to do some more car mechanic videos throughout the week for you guys. Our next one, of course, will be the finishing up of this Tempest. Probably have that out for you tomorrow. If you have any questions, put them in the show notes as well. I'll try to answer those for you guys. And until next time, stay safe. Have a great day, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.